Hey everyone, this is me, FNA with Amazing Spider Boy. So, She Hulk episode 8 review and breakdown. So, let's get to the video. So, this episode started with a robbery scene. So, it's not a big robbery scene and all this stuff. So, it was just two robbers were just robbing a TV, a big LCD TV. So, getting that TV into their truck, and that's when a person just comes from jumping into the van and he introduced himself as Leapfrog, and so he just he tries to be a superhero. He just wears a costume look exactly like a frog. So that's where he tries to fight them, and he just shows off all the powers he has, but he doesn't have any powers. So what he did, so he just started his something with his boots, and he just started to fly with just like a rockets. So he has some kind of like a missile, something like that in his boots. So he started to fly, and it actually got to all over his legs. So it started to burn, and that's where they cut that, and that's where they show She-Hulk. So Leapfrog is now in GLK office. So he files a case against Luke Jacobson. So Leapfrog asks Jennifer Waters to be my lawyer because Luke Jacobson has really fooled me by making this costume. I asked him to do a good costume to me, but actually he fooled me by giving all this a dreadful costume. So that hated me. So I need to file a case against him. But since Luke Jacobson, who made costumes to She-Hulk, Jennifer Waters, she actually asked this to Holden Holloway about this and explains all this case that what Leapfrog has filed a case against him. But Holden Holloway says then go for this case. But Jennifer Walters explains that I know him, so I know very well. He made me a costume, and so Holden Holloway just gives an idea. So why don't I just talk to him? So now Luke Jacobson is in his his office. So he was preparing a suit to not a suit like a party dress to Jennifer Walters. So that's when She-Hulk comes in and explains all the stuff that Leapfrog has file a case against you. So I don't know what to do. So that's when Luke Jacobson has mistakenly took that. Okay, so now you're taking this case. So I'm very very angry at you now, Jennifer Walters. So what he did, but She-Hulk says no, I'm not. I don't do this. Believe me. He just asked me to be his lawyer, but I just came to you to just end this peacefully without going to any court case and all this stuff. So what he does, no, I don't believe you, so now I hate you. So what he did is he just tore off the another costume which Luke Jacobson made for Jennifer Walters to She-Hulk. So that's when she began so angry. So now I'm really filing a case against you. I'm going to stand up to Leapfrog. So now we are in the court case of Luke Jacobson and Leapfrog. So that's when Luke Jacobson was not having his lawyer. So the judge asked, "Where is your lawyer?" So he will be coming in a minute. So that's when Matt Murdock gives his intro, and that was so awesome. And I just I was so excited to see him finally in this episode. So that was an awesome thing. So that's when he comes, and so he was lawyer to Luke Jacobson. But then Jennifer just breaks her fourth wall and just says to us that who is this asshole and all this stuff. But she didn't know who Daredevil is, who Matt Murdock is. So that's when she literally got into trouble. So that's when they explain all the cold case and stuff. So Daredevil has the smell. He can hear the heartbeats of the people. He can smell any kind of thing. So that's the power that he has, even though he's a blind. So Leapfrog explains that I asked him to do this, but he just gave me a very a bad costume, and that you see my leg. It actually got burned. So that's when Daredevil smells the costume boot. So you just use the petrol, a kind of a rocket missile petrol, but I don't know what the exact petrol is, but he just said something like that. But that's when Luke Jacobson said, I gave him the instruction to not do petrol and like the rocket missile petrol and stuff. So I gave him the instruction, but he did it. So that I don't think that he's not guilty. So that's when Jennifer Walters says, what the hell then why would you do that? I'm so sorry, but I didn't see the instruction. So that's when the court finally gave favorable to Luke Jacobson. So Luke Jacobson won the case by having Jack Devil. After the court case, Jennifer Walters is now in the bar, so she was just like, she doesn't know what to do. So he just took a case of a guilty man. So that's when she thinks that, how can I apologize to Luke Jacobson? He was right all the time. I shouldn't have been angry at him. So I really need to make him be my friend. So that's when but the bartender gives an appletini to Jennifer Walters. So and Jennifer Walters said to him, I didn't ask for this. No, you. But the bartender said, no, you didn't, but he did. So that's when they show us Matt Murdock. So Matt Murdock just actually tries to talk with Jennifer Walters. So they both talk to them, the stuff and all. So that's when she tries to be good with Matt Murdock. So that's when Matt Murdock gets a beep from his phone. So he just looks at it, and Jennifer Walters gets another message. She also gets a message, and she sees that, okay, so just leave it. And that's when She-Hulk asks, Jennifer Walters asks to Matt Murdock, hey, are you free this time? And Matt Murdock says, no, I actually have a work. Okay, so she said, okay, so I have a work too, so I'll meet you next time. The message that which Jennifer Walters got was is from Todd, the ex, and not the ex, but one of the guys who dated the She-Hulk. So he was the guy who was a She-Hulk fetish. So she got a message from Todd. So look, I got a case, and you gotta do it. I was sent by Holden Holiday, so please come. So that's when she goes to a hotel, and that's the hotel where he is in. So Todd is in. So so he explains that I got a weapon from Wakanda in an auction. So and now so she asks, so what can I do for you? Is there any legal purchases? So yeah, I got legal purchases, but the thing is they want it back. So please just make me do this. Even I got the receipts and all this stuff. So he tries, and that's when he tries to move with to go with to be with She-Hulk. So he just keeps his hand on her, and that's when she like pushed the table onto her. The wine got all over his dress. So no, I'm not gonna do this for you, and you gotta pay the bills for what happened here. And that's when she left. So now Jennifer Walters goes back to her home, and she lay down on a sofa bed, and that's when she gets a call from the Leapfrog. And so Leapfrog was panically talking to Jennifer. So please help me. Some people are following me. Some people, a guy just like trying to kill me, something like that. I'm just trying so hard. I'm just like right next to your street. So please come and save me. And so okay, I will come there. And so she sees her wardrobe, and so she gets the suit. The She-Hulk suit which Luke Jacobson made. So she just wore it, and so she just went to the scene where Leapfrog is just driving the car, and that's when she just comes there by jumping, and so she stops the car, and that's when the person who tried to kill tried to take away Leapfrog, and he got it landed on the other side, and that's where they show us Daredevil, and I literally got goosebumps by seeing that. So it was Daredevil who it is. So who was trying to kidnap or whatever, who was following Leapfrog. So they both had a fight. The She-Hulk and Daredevil had a fight. So However, Leapfrog just got away from the scene, and so she almost like wanted to fight, and so she grabs Daredevil and removes the mask to know who it is, and that's where she gets shocked by seeing that's Matt Murdock who was talking nice to her. And so Jennifer Waters got herself into the Jennifer farm, and asked, "What are you doing? Why are you doing all this stuff? I thought you were a good man. Look, I am a good man." He actually kidnapped my client Luke Jacobson. So that's what I try to get him to know where he is. So then Jennifer Waters asked, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. So I was really wrong all this time. I'm really sorry. I tried to help him because he was my client, even though." So that's why. So that's where they both got teamed up and tried to say Luke Jacobson. So now they both got into the place where Leapfrog is in. So Luke Jacobson was just making a suit to him because he was kidnapped by his gods of the Leapfrog gods. So that's where they both see them, and so they both teamed up, and so they just fought the guys of the gods of the Leapfrog, and that's where Leapfrog tried to escape from jumping into the building, and he got accident. So that's where the police all came, and they got him into an ambulance. So he finally got arrested. That means so Luke now Luke Jacobson is saved from Daredevil and She-Hulk. So that's when Luke Jacobson, okay, so in this case I will forgive you and I will make the costume the which you asked me. So they both got compromised by that. So now Jennifer Walters and Matt Murdock were in their suits just talking to themselves. So it was really saying that it was really nice working with you, and you were so awesome. So they were just both complimenting them, and that's where they got into love, and so they make out in Jennifer Walters' house. So that scene got ended, and now after the morning, so Daredevil walks out of Jennifer Walters' house with his Daredevil suit, and that was just a funny clip. And so Jennifer Walters just again breaks a fourth wall and said to her, "Oh my God, you guys are still here? I thought this episode got ended." So I think this is a very happy ending. So we both saved Luke, and so he made me a suit. So I think that's good. And that's when Nikki Ramos comes to her house and asks her, what are you doing? Why didn't you get ready? Why should I get ready? You should come. So Tori, there's that award party to the lawyers. And so, oh, okay. So that's where the night comes, and so she came to the party as She-Hulk, and she wore a very nice dress which Luke Jacobson made. So that's when they announced the winner. I mean the best lawyers of this year, and so 5 to 6 lawyers got lady. So lady lawyers got all of the awards, and one of that Jennifer Waters wasn't. So all of the ladies were giving speech, and that's the time when it came to Jennifer Waters. So she was having the mic, and she just thanked to her mom and dad. So that's when a behind footage just comes. The person just talked in that footage. She-Hulk is not the person you're expecting. You know who really She-Hulk is. So that's when Jennifer Waters says to her, "No, look, I don't have a secret identity. Everyone knows that I'm Jennifer Waters and She-Hulk." So that's where they showed the clip in the screen, because it got hacked, right? It got hacked by the persons with She-Hulk. So that's the video clip they showed where Jennifer Walters and Josh were making out in their house. So everyone got shocked on her. So she became so angry. So Jennifer was so angry. So she bashed the screen, and everything got broken. So everyone got outside the auditorium. So there were a bunch of at the end of the hall, there were a bunch of guys who were just wearing black masks. And so she got confused, and she goes to them. So, and that's where she got one person, and she was just about to punch, and that's where all the police got around her and just like freeze, you're under arrest. So she gets her hands up, and then she turns to her son. So she saw something and she got shocked, and that's where the episode got ended. So now let's get into the breakdown. So the scene where the bartender gives an appletini to Jennifer, was offered by Matt Murdock. So she gets a drink name called appletini, and it's green. So I think that this is a detail to She-Hulk, because anyway she's green, and it may also be a refer to Hulk, because they both are green. So I think this is a great detail, because the green is the color of She-Hulk and Hulk. So this is the first detail I found. So around 12 minutes and 53 seconds, you can see that Todd just showing a pic of him having a Wakanda weapon after he got it from an auction. So I think the weapon is the Dora Milaje. So I think that's the weapon from Wakanda, which Okoye has, and all the Wakandian people has. So I think that's the same weapon that Todd has. So this is the second detail I found. So around 13 minutes and 53 seconds, you can see the scene where Jennifer, She-Hulk and Daredevil having a fight. You can see behind Jennifer Rogers' boat. So that's the musical band. I think that's the same boat Rogers' boat came into in the No Way Home. So that's the same boat that came in the No Way Home too. So this is another detail I found. This is the third detail. So around 25 minutes 31 seconds, you can when Jennifer Walters breaks the fourth wall and says to us, "Oh, I think we came to a near the end of the episode. So what?" So there's a twist, like there's another Hulk, and which one is red. So I think that's the big detail, because so she says that it's General Thunderbolt. So he's the Red Hulk, and he was supposed to be Red Hulk in the upcoming future MC project, but the actor William Hurt is no more. So anyway, so we don't know whether there's going to be a Red Hulk is going to come in the future or not. And even at the same scene, after like 5 seconds, you can see the Nikki Ramos doing a pose which exactly resembles to Wolverine. So and she even does the makeup, turn the makeup kit into something like a cloth. So I think that's the big detail to Wolverine. So I think this is the big detail which I found, because this resembles to both Red Hulk and Wolverine. So this is the fourth detail I found. Yeah, so today's episode was really good and it was so awesome. I think this is the best episode from the whole She-Hulk series. So this is the second last episode, and they did a very amazing job with this episode, because they finally showed Daredevil, and this episode was something really awesome. And so there's another episode. So I'm very excited about that. That's going to be the last episode, and that's going to be my last She-Hulk series review. So today's episode was really amazing. So my rating for today's episode would be 9 out of 10. So yeah guys, so hope you enjoyed this video. Put a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. See ya.